Alright, in this video we're going to show you how to use a stinger to catch more fish.
Oh, look at that, guys. So for the viewers at home, see how weird that is? How you got to pull them through that fence? Next time I'll put you up in a big old chair so you stand up so you can do it for real. Got him. Oh yeah, baby! Come on out of here, you sucker! White bass in it. Still rolling? Still rolling. Oh my gosh, look at you. Hey, still. I gotta get a video. Hold on. Okay, check it out. BendoskiPowerFishing.com. Mike just got a double up on the double jig that we set up for him. Oh yeah. Alright folks, last fish of the night. Just getting everything put away. And got a hit right as I was walking back. Got one. Oh ho ho! Two right here, okay? I'm gonna get him up quick so I get him out of the ice just to make sure. Oh yeah. Okay. Boom guys. Here it is. Got double up right here. Let me see what this is even. Me and Eric, we moved. We're at Schofield. Oh, in the middle of the night. Oh, this is a little rainbow. Get this one through the ice. Oh yeah. Oh. Catfish right there. Number 4.
Alright, in this video we're going to show you how to use a stinger to catch more fish. You guys know me, I'm Josh Bendoski, the founder of BendoskiPowerFishing.com and home of the Bendoski Power Fishing subscription box, where we put all the stuff that you see in our videos in this box. It changes every month, delivered straight to your door, free delivery. Now, let me show you how to use stingers. Now, in our boxes, we include occasionally stingers, right? And stinger is just a really small jig, usually like a 132. Could be a marabou, it could be have a rubber skirt on it. A lot of different ways to do this, different sizes. But let me kind of show you what it is for. Now, you can use it for casting. It's basically used for when you're casting. So you wouldn't use it necessarily for catfishing or stuff like that, or bait fishing. But when you're casting, like this is a perfect trout setup now. I just set this up, and then I'm going to play the video of me setting it up. But this is just a regular marabou jig. This one comes in our Bendoski Power Fishing box. One of the things I like about marabous is they hold scent really well. So if I were to take this up and go trout fishing right now at a lake, Schofield or wherever, I would tip these with night crawlers. And here's the stinger, okay? And that's what this video is about, is the secondary jig, little one, about 1.5 feet underneath your main jig. And so what happens is sometimes a fish will see this one will catch its attention, boom. And the way most people catch fish is the fish hits that and then they're good, they're off to the races. Occasionally a fish will miss that, or maybe it's a little sluggish fish because of the atmospheric pressure or whatever, but then they see this little one swimming behind it and they hit this one. You'd be surprised when you start using a stinger how many fish you'll catch on the second jig. You'll be pleasantly surprised, especially when you think, okay, if they didn't hit the main jig, then that would be a fish that you would have just lost. You would have just never known that even was in the area. But this little stinger at the bottom, about 1.5 feet down, will catch you a lot more fish than if you were just going straight with a jig. So not a bad idea to throw a stinger on when you're out jigging for trout. And you can do stingers with anything. I mean, if you're going after even just little white bass, you can do like your little bit bigger jig, maybe a soft plastic, maybe 1.5 to 2 inch tube jig. So you could have a tube up here and still put a little stinger on the bottom. And occasionally, like if we're going for white bass, you could put like just a little 2-inch tube on here, and then a little stinger on the bottom, and you'll be catching. You'll find yourself doing double ups, because if you go through a school, you can get 2 fish on the same cast, which is pretty exciting. So that's how you do it. Now occasionally we'll put a spinner up here, and if you do put a spinner on, then you actually hook the stinger to just the treble hook, just the very, very bottom, just the one of the very the last treble hook on the spinner. You just hook it directly to the hook itself instead of to the head. But anyways, that's what we call stingers. They're very effective, and so that's why we include them in our boxes. Different colors, different sizes. There's just a lot of different ways to do it. And I'll roll some video here of us catching a lot of extra fish that you would have normally missed if you only had one hook with a stinger. And sometimes we'll do 2 jigs. Sometimes I'll just run 2 of the same size jig, right? But oftentimes the stinger will catch a lot of fish because it's a small meal. It's a real easy one for the fish. They see the big one, and then they just snap the little one. So something to try. Highly recommend that you try putting a stinger on and go out there and catch a ton of fish. Oh, and like and subscribe to our videos if you want to get more tips on how to catch just a tremendous amount of fish and just have a blast. So thanks so much. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to set up a stinger. All right, this is a really good idea if you're casting. We put a lot of stingers in our boxes too, different sizes, different colors, and we do a lot of marabou jigs too, which work great with stingers, and so do our regular jigs, our tube jigs. They work really great with stingers. And right before I show you exactly how to rig one of these up, I will say that I like the marabous because they hold scent for a really long time. You can lather them up with scent, and it'll stay in there, for a long time for more casts. So you can use a lot of scent. The other thing that a stinger helps you do is it helps you try more colors a lot faster. So what a stinger is let's say that we're gonna start out with this big marabou. Actually, let's start with this one. So you want to have your main lure or your main jig, and you'll hook that on just like normal, just like you would. Let's have the package here. So there you go. This would be perfect for trout, walleye. I mean, I'm probably going to take this up and go slam a bunch of trout for the next video. But anyway, what the stinger does is it helps bring attention. So maybe a fish notices this as it swims by, but maybe it misses it or whatever. We're going to hook a stinger on here about a foot behind it. So the fish, it may miss that one, but it'll snap that little small one. You know what I mean? And so you'd be surprised how many fish you catch on the stinger, on the second jig. We do this with ice fishing too. If you see my ice fishing videos, we use stingers a lot during ice fishing. But also in casting, stingers work really well. And sometimes you'll get double ups. You'll get 2 fish because you've got this set up this way. So let's do this one and this one for this demonstration. And I still tip them though. I would soak it in, put some juice on it, but still tip it with a night crawler, both of them. But you can see this one is a 132, and then the bigger one is probably looks like about a 1/4 ounce. Doesn't say on here, about a 1/4 ounce. Yeah, 1/4 ounce for sure. Okay, perfect. So this will be our setup. Let's see if I can show those to you guys. This will be the setup, okay? You got your big marabou in front, and then you got your stinger, which is going to be about 1.5 feet behind with fluorocarbon. So let me show you what's up. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to hook up your main jig, just like you normally would. And I'm going to put this on a swivel. So the way that I do this is just like this. I'll do a uni knot on my marabou, my main one. and there's a link in my YouTube on how to tie this knot. But if I'll try and put it in the description as well. You guys see that? Okay, good. So I want to do 4, 2, 3, 4, and this is 6-pound fluorocarbon. Okay. Good. Cut my tag. There's my first jig, and I use a surgeon's knot on the top. Which is a big loop, a medium loop, and then a small loop, and then you pull the medium loop through. But I will create a video on that so you can see exactly how to. I mean, I think I have one already. I'll link it to it. Yeah, that's good. And then I can just hook that to a swivel on my fishing pole, and I'll set this all up and show you guys in just a second. So, but anyways, there's my first jig hooked up, ready to go. Okay. Then what you want to do, and depending on the type of jig that it is, you can hook the stinger right here to the bottom of the hook, or you can hook it to the jig head itself. Either way is fine. If you had a spinner or something like that, you definitely want to put it on the the hook right here, to hook it right there. So then what we'll do is we'll grab another piece of line, and this time we'll just do 2 uni knots. And you want it about 1.5 feet behind the main jig. Okay, so I'll tie this on first. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's my uni knot on that. Clip my tag. And then depending on where you're going fishing, you'd put either trout attractant all over this or bass attractant. You know, pick your flavor. And tip it with a worm too. And I'll in the next video when I go out and actually fish this exact rig, I will I'll show you that too. But either way, you tip it with a worm and you cover it in juice. And then you just want to tie this off. Just like that. And then cut your tag. Okay. All right. And then I'll show you, well, and then you just hook obviously this circle to the thing. But I'm going to move the camera now and switch it out, and then I'll show you the whole thing.
Get this one through the ice. Oh yeah! Oh, catfish right there.